Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Where in the world did my blue sky go? And oh no, 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 no. It's raining. I'm not gonna lie though, I do take full responsibility for it raining right now. Yesterday I decided to wash both of these cars, and it hasn't rained here in weeks at this point, and I washed both of these cars yesterday, and now it's raining. I did this. I did this. All right, well, hopefully this it chills out soon because we have work to do on this car today. All right, the rain finally chilled out. The sun's trying to make its way out, so we'll get started. I'm also a bit annoyed. I literally just washed these cars yesterday. Like, I just had them so clean and like just completely destroyed. All right, so at this point we only have a handful of things left before the head can actually come off. We're gonna start with the valve cover here, which is just 10s all the way around. Not gonna lie, this weather is quite crappy today. It's like 51, it dropped a whole bunch. We've definitely been spoiled by how nice it's been the past few weeks. I forgot none of these are tight. I had taken this off previously and I didn't tighten this all the way back up, which is nice. So now I can break them free and pop them all off. Once the valve cover's off, we'll go ahead and get the upper timing chain cover off. We need to get the chain off of the cams here. There's one hose to the back of the head, and then the crack pipe, and then we can go ahead and get into the head studs here. And we just about have this thing off. Like I said, I'm interested to see what other kind of carnage we find. We've already found stuff in the oil pan. We found stuff in this intake last time that was just full of metal, and I'm sure there's a bunch more in here. I had this off before and I didn't see anything in the very, very top, but going further down, we're definitely gonna find some more surprises. That should be all of those. I should be able to lift up and off. What's holding you on there? Oh, the gasket stuck again. There it is. Let it go, let it go. The valve cover is, or the gasket's really stuck on there. Well, you're coming off. All right, step one, done. All right, so like I showed last time, this section, the very top side of the head, looks to be good. The chain looks fine. All of the cams look good. There's no metal that I can see anywhere up here. Even looking down the sides here, I don't see any pieces of metal at all. So I think this section hopefully is good to go, no issues, but we'll see once I actually pull the head off what we have underneath here. But this section up here looks to be okay. I don't see anything out of place, no metal, so that's good. So next up, we'll go ahead and remove the upper timing chain cover here, which is this top piece. All of the bolts were removed before. All we have to do is take out this back one, which is right back down there, the very large one, pull that out, and we're gonna use a little bit of a mallet and kind of just tap, tap, tap so the seal breaks and pull this off. All right, so here we have our breaker bar and a 27mm socket. This will be for this one back here. Oh, that was not on very tight at all. All right, well, there's that. This one is coming out, and there may be some oil with it, so make sure you have something ready just in case. I'm gonna use this here. I think it was really loose. It doesn't need to be like crazy tight, but there should be more than what I just had to put to get this off. So this goes in and puts tension on the one of the chain guides on the back side. So this is now out. We'll set this up here, and now we should be able to go ahead with our mallet here and kind of just tap forward and get this cover to come off. Now that's coming free. Go. I didn't miss any, did I? This one, this one. Just kidding, I'm a total idiot. I totally forgot. There are two more on the bottom side of that little notch and that little notch. There's two little bolts that go from the bottom side up and hold it in, and I forgot. So once those are out, this should be much easier to get off. So now with these two out of the way, now there should be nothing left holding that in. We can pull it out. All right, let's go ahead and try this again. This should be much easier this time. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's okay. We make mistakes, we forget things. All right, so now we should be able to get this off. I'm hitting this. Get out of my way. Slide it off. And there goes our cover. So kind of looking down by the chains, still no metal, nothing really out of place, so that's good. We'll continue going further down. We've got the hose off the back of the head. We have the chain left, the thermostat housing, and then the head bolts, and then it's out. So I'm hoping there's gonna be enough slack to just simply walk this chain off of here, which there may not be. I might have to actually undo these, which I don't like taking these big bolts out of the cams because they like to strip very easily, and I just don't feel like having to do that, but we might have to. Well, so to my not so surprise, this broke free like nothing. I barely had to try. There's little spots on your actual camshafts, one right there, one right here. Just get you a big, like a distal wrench, and you want to hold it and then use your breaker bar, which I used that one, but honestly I didn't have to put that much force, and it broke free pretty easily, which is good. So now we'll undo this front one here, pull the entire sprocket out of the way, the chain can come off and continue. But yeah, it wasn't very tight, kind of concerning. So we will spin this all the way out real quick. Take this out of here. Then we should be able to simply walk this off and out, and there goes our chain. And now we can go ahead and get the rest of this taken care of. Thermostat housing came off nicely. As you can see, it's separated off the block just a little bit, but enough that I can lift the head off and it's not connected anymore. Last thing to do is all of our head studs, and then we are gonna go ahead and lift this thing up out of here. We've got 6 head studs in the front, 7 in the middle, and 7 along the rear. Let's get started. Now, when I did this with my first engine, I had to put quite a bit of force to break these free, but something tells me I don't know, this engine is like, it just seems like things are very oddly loose. Look at this. Yo, that seems real. That's one-handed. My first engine, I had to like crank. I just did that one-handed. Let's try that again. Yeah. Either I am really strong, or these are just nowhere near as tight. Get our extension for these bottom ones down here. That one's pretty tight in there. There we go. That one is decently tight. These top ones here were just really like kind of scary loose. Ugh, that's what I was expecting, to put some effort into that, but those top ones did not take much to break free. There we go. Boom. First 6 done. Alright, well, all of the head bolts have been broke free. Honestly, a lot easier than I remember or thought it would be, but hey, at least they're all off. Now it is time to go ahead, lift one out of there. Alright boys, so we have our first find of the day. I was going through making sure just everything was off the head, ready to pull out. I forgot I didn't pull the spark plugs out, so I went through, pulled all the plugs out. These all came out easy, all the back ones, but this one right here was a pain to get out. So I finally get it out, and bam! We have a completely destroyed spark plug. I think that's the same one that was for this cylinder here, I think. That's the same one. But it's destroyed. The whole bottom side completely blown out. The rest of them are all intact except for this one. Got yeeted. As you can see, the head nice and loose. Everything is now out of the way. Ready to pull this bad boy out. Alright, you ready for this? Think we'll find any more super exciting things under here. It's a super awkward angle. I'm cutting something. Oh, this. Oh, my 6-layer head gasket. Hit it! There she is. Yeah. I'm meant to pull that off, but that'd be okay for right now. Whew, she's out. Oh! Oh, baby! Whew. You see that? Look at this. Piston meet valves, valve meet piston. Holy crap. That is so much worse than I could have even expected. So we have 2 valves in my hand here. This piston's completely blown through. There's metal over here. That one's been hit too. That one's been hit. This one's been hit. Wow. Oh man. That's intense. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the head over onto the bottom side of this. That's what we got down here. Woo! Oh my god. So this is where the that spark plug exploded. Whether it was hit and exploded or what happened, but this one's been hit. You can see all these marks where this one's been hit. Jeez. Wow. I was expecting carnage, but not this much. This is where the 2 valves both got snapped off. This thing is just ate up so bad. Well, I'd say that's our issue. Probably that and the giant hole in the piston is probably what did this one in. God dang. So yeah, I knew we were gonna find some carnage, but wow, I was not expecting that. Like, oh my goodness. So gonna need a new head, gonna need a new bottom end, or just all new pistons. I don't know how much is between here and the bottom section. Obviously this is all the piston we grabbed out of the bottom end, but goodness, like, let's see there, this piston's chewed up, that one's chewed up, this one's chewed up, this one's got a hole in it, that one's hit, and this one's okay, I think. That one survived. Yeah, they're all hit. These 5 are all gouged up. This one's got a hole. This one survived, but like, yeah. Gonna need a bottom end. Gonna need a top end. That is wild, dude. I have never just blown completely out. Like, look how many times it hit. So I don't know if it maybe jumped timing and that's why the valves hit the piston, or what exactly happened, but jeez, that's intense. That is wild. So after seeing all of this destruction, the options here are for getting this car back on the road. It's gonna need a new head for sure. That's not fixable. Gonna need a new head. Now the bottom end, he could go through and get new pistons and have it all like bored back out and cleaned up, or he could just get a running VR6, slap the head spacer in, the head studs, and go from there. It depends on what he wants to do. But man, that head is, the head's done. Head's gone. It depends if he wants to keep the 3-liter bottom end. So this was a 2.9 bottom end, but now it's a 3.0. So if he wants to keep 3.0, we can redo the pistons, have it bored back out, and keep this. Or if he wants to go back to a 2.9 or even a 2.8, I don't know what he wants to do, but it's gonna need some love. All has to come, this has to come out. All has got to come out. This needs to just go away. There's also the thought that maybe the connecting rod, I believe it is, for the piston may have snapped and sent the piston flying up into the head, breaking off the valves and causing all the damage. Or, I don't know, one of the two. Either jump time and the valves came down when they weren't supposed to, or the bottom side of that broke and sent this up into the head. But either way, we won't know exactly what happened underneath this until this is pulled out. But like I said, I don't have a hoist. I can't pull this portion out yet. But I'm curious to know what happened down there. I want to see this all pulled apart and like fully gone through. I want to know what else broke. I'm sure there's more than just this. I just called Greg and showed him the carnage, and he was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, I don't know. I just keep sitting here like staring at this. Like, it's insane. It is. And I pulled the valves out there. You can see looks to be there's a hole kind of beat into this piece here. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's all types of destroyed. Like I said, he could save this bottom end if he wanted to, if it was fully redone. I'm sure there's some gouges further down, but it could be saved. But it may be cheaper to buy another 2.9 and then have the one bored out, or just leave it as a 2.9. But there's going to be a lot of work needed to get all this back together. Because my goodness, I just can't, like, that's just insane to see. And you can see over here, like, where the valve snapped off and the valves just got beat into this chunk. They just like hit it over and over and over and over and over. So right now I'm just gonna go through and get the rest of the pieces pulled off the head, pull this guide off, pull the exhaust manifold here off. This manifold really irritates me just because, like, I don't like how I can't fit a socket or anything around it. It has to be an open end or wrench, which doesn't make much sense, especially on the bottom side, because like it's nearly impossible to get to. Just kind of irritates me. But I'm gonna get this thing all just pulled off and off, because this thing is done. So there's no comeback from that. That's gone. So our final count, we have 1 destroyed piston, all of the metal from the oil pan. We have 2 valves, all of the metal from the intake on the top side. We have a hole in the piston, 1, 2, 3, 4 other pistons that are damaged, and then we have a toasted head. My goodness. Alright, well, this is where our journey will end for now, because I can't pull the bottom end out without a hoist, but we obviously found our issue. There might be even more problems in the bottom end once it's actually pulled out and gone through, but we can't see that just yet. But it's brutal. Now, the fastest and cheapest way to have this car back on the road would be to either buy a running 2.8 or 2.9, just slap in the headspace or the head studs and be on your way. But you run the risk of having this happen again, or something, or the older pieces just breaking. The best way to do it, and I know he wanted to run like 700 horsepower and also have the 4Motion swap, would be to fully build the bottom end, build the top end, make it bulletproof, replace all the old worn out parts, and then go about it. But we'll see what he wants to do. I sent him all the pictures, so now we're just waiting. But poor VR6, man, this is just like straight carnage. But hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Poor little valves just bouncing around in that cylinder. My goodness.